Ever wondered why polar bears, the majestic creatures of the Arctic, are showing up in unexpected areas like Churchill? The answer lies in the global phenomenon we're all too familiar with: climate change. It's not just about warmer summers or erratic weather patterns. Climate change is a domino effect that topples various ecosystems around the world. Now let's take a closer look at the Arctic. As temperatures rise, the Arctic ice, the primary residence and hunting ground for polar bears, is melting at an alarming rate. Without this crucial platform, polar bears are left to navigate an increasingly fluid and unpredictable environment. The ice isn't just a place to live for these bears, it's a vital component of their survival strategy. As the Arctic warms, it's not just the polar bears' icy home that's melting away, but also their ability to survive and thrive. The climate change conundrum indeed presents a chilling reality for these Arctic giants. So what happens when the sea ice retreats? It forces polar bears to go on a journey, a migration, to find new homes and food. Picture this: vast expanses of ice, once the hunting grounds of the mighty polar bear, slowly disappearing. This is the reality of our changing climate. The cause and effect relationship between shifting sea ice and polar bear migration is stark. As the ice retreats, polar bears are left with no choice but to journey inland. They venture towards human settlements, driven by the primal need for sustenance. Their once plentiful hunting grounds are now oceans, devoid of the seals they once relied upon for food. This migration is more than just a change of scenery for these Arctic behemoths. It's a desperate bid for survival. Take Churchill, for example, where polar bear sightings have become increasingly common. It's a stark reminder of how the changing climate is reshaping the natural world. Migration is not a choice for these Arctic giants, but a desperate measure for survival. The plight of the polar bears is not just about them, it's about us and the planet we share. The narrative of our frosty friends, the polar bears, is a poignant tale of the impacts of climate change. A warming planet is causing shifts in sea ice patterns, transforming the Arctic landscape into a treacherous terrain for these majestic creatures. As the ice retreats, so do the polar bears, migrating to areas like Churchill in search of sustenance and survival. This migration is not a simple shift in postal codes, but a desperate race against time, a struggle for existence in a world that is rapidly changing. But remember, this isn't just a polar bear story. It's a story about us, about our planet. The same forces that are driving polar bears to the brink are also shaping our own future. Climate change is not a distant threat, but a pressing reality. It's high time we turn the tide on climate change for the polar bears and for our own future.